Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamecast, episode 430. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
I may have lost a USB drive somewhere, so just don't even.
Oh, you broke the lead up before you introduced Tony Kokonakis.
Yep. So we're canceling another game, everybody. Another Star Wars game going.
Yeah, okay. There's a bunch of these this week. We have so much news to talk about from the last 2 weeks that we, because of the End of the Year podcast, which by the way is out. You should listen to it. We did our best of, our most disappointing, and our most anticipated, and our biggest surprises. So listen to those podcasts for the movies and games. But because of that, we fell behind on news. So we're going to do a news episode here where we talk about stuff that we missed. I mean, it wasn't anything huge, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. You guys, when was the last time anybody was here was at Medieval Times? I kind of had the urge to go suddenly.
A couple years back.
Yeah.
It's not been that long, actually. And we have one close by us.
We do have one by us, actually.
Yeah.
So
that
was the first time, actually, 4 years ago.
There is a news story coming out, which I want to just break into that, and then we'll get into whatever afterwards, like what we've been up to. But I just want to break into that because we teased it in the preview here. So in the start. So yeah. So Randy Pitchford has a problem. So I'm not sure what the answer to this problem is. Do you carry 2 USB drives? So if you lose one, you only lose half the problem? But so apparently if you didn't hear this news at this point, was at Medieval Times, and was having fun, I guess, drinking some booze.
I mean, you don't have silverware, so you gotta
use your hands.
Get all greasy, things get slippery.
Yeah, and so apparently somehow lost his USB drive, which, hey, that's cool. What happens?
I've lost a USB drive.
Apparently, on this USB drive has secret documents for his company that he, for Gearbox. He's got confidential information on this USB drive, which is strike number 1 as to why were you carrying this with you to a Medieval Times at all. Strike number 2 would be there happens to be another part of this USB drive that also has his porn on it. So
I mean, the two most important things got to put them together.
Working porn.
I mean, strike 3 is password protect that shit, man.
Yeah, how's it not protected? How are these unencrypted files, by the way, for people who work in this industry that they're somewhat tech savvy? Come on, I just kept thinking about you, Corey, in this moment of trying times here. What do you think of this? I mean, obviously the news came out. There was a little bit of a leak. Now this has been cleared up. I think more sort of cleared up about what's going on with. There was a possible minor involved with this.
Hold up. So yes, this was potentially a minor, and the porn video in question. Randy came out on a podcast before this was leaked to like lawyers and all that stuff. Said on a podcast that he had saved this video of a girl potentially
barely legal,
but legal
masturbating with a toy or something like that, and she, I guess ejaculated or whatever like that. Yeah, exactly. He cited that's no sex worker, that's a fucking magician, because apparently whatever she did was like a magic trick, and he was so fascinated by it he wanted to save it to study for magic. Because if you didn't know, Randy Pitchford actually owns a magic voodoo trick, like all that kind of stuff. A magazine on magic. Yeah, I'm not shitting you. I just found it out.
Huge magic.
He wanted to save it to study for magic.
Yeah. That was his. It's for prosperity reasons. So that was his reason. Now,
the reason he wasn't at the Game Awards too is because he was at a magic show.
Yeah, well, I mean, he loves magic. We all know he loves magic.
He's a magician. He was a magician before he was a game developer.
Yeah, so we have.
Here's all this Sega money. Now you see it.
So this whole thing came out due to a lawsuit between Gearbox and a former employee. They are suing the former employee for
This news doesn't even matter right now. There's $12 billion. Whatever. Yeah. Fuck that. Who cares?
So all of that is out there, and then we have this news about the countersuit about him.
It's just so funny, just like the way Randy acts and his behavior. It just this does not surprise me whatsoever.
No, I was just like, you know what? After the past couple of years, it doesn't surprise me.
No, it's not surprising. The most surprising and unfortunate thing is Borderlands 3 does not exist yet. It's not
That's
a thing.
more surprising. Does this delay Borderlands 3? We're getting this delay
talk
because
about magic. Like, how do you make a company irrelevant? Don't release Borderlands 3 when the hottest thing in the world is Borderlands 2 right now.
I just
and get all this good karma from.
I don't know how you don't encrypt confidential files and password protect your porn, man.
I don't even know.
Too much work to get in there.
Who saves porn to begin with? Like, copy the hyperlink.
First of all, yes, who does that anymore? And I guess he was that fascinated with with that, and so he had to save it and show it. He had to show it at the office. It was on work. It was on a work USB drive, which means that was shown at the office. Tell me it wasn't.
Yeah. The other part that I thought was funny was to obtain the USB drive back. Cause, apparently some teenage employee found it at the medieval times and contact whatever. There's communication, but basically Randy Pitchford gave this kid all this Gearbox swag that was signed and whatnot.
It wasn't even through him. He
wasn't even there because he wasn't even there.
Yeah. He left town. So you think, oh shit, I lost this. Oh shit, I gotta be freaking out. Let me find out where this is. Let me find out where this is. He sent some lackey to go over there and get the drive, and
that's what you do when you're that arrogant. This guy was so arrogant. He's like, I don't even care. Whatever.
Maybe he just wants everyone to see the porn he's got on there.
Honestly, this is because of the reaction from him on this whole situation. It's that's got to be the weirdest, but it's the truth, but the weirdest truth I have ever heard.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
But it's got to be. It's so
who
weird.
Who makes this shit up?
Yes,
it's all right. I'm gonna accuse my former employer of some ridiculous thing that most of it can't be. This is the story. He was at the New York Times, and he lost a company USB drive that had documents on it, and it's not good enough. There was porn on it. Yep, porn, and it was a magic trick. It's
a magic trick.
You can't make this up. Truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah, it's just so sad that it has to be true.
Yeah.
So
good luck, Randy.
Yeah, so that'll be going on for a long time. That's a legal battle going on. So we'll hear more.
His greatest trick is making Borderlands 3 disappear.
Yeah, that's true. So that's the lead there with the story for that. That's one lead. Second of all, we have what do we have here? God, there's so much. Oh, so EA canceling Star Wars games,
which we don't really even know what it is.
Well, okay, so I had posted.
We know what it was going to be.
I had posted on the MovieCast news about this, which actually I think is more appropriate here, where the writer
mentioned it briefly.
I figured the writer was of Rogue One was talking about the fact that they should lose this license because they are not doing it justice whatsoever. There was a 10-year agreement, and they have failed to put out anything.
You have failed this IP.
Yeah, and I don't disagree. So we have one absolute 100% canceled game, one without a doubt. A studio shut down.
This is so funny because this game was Amy Hennig's game, which started out as a smaller, single player.
They're like, we want Star Wars Uncharted. Oh, okay.
And that's what and they hired Amy Hennig. What do you think you're going to get?
No, this is not working. We need something we can monetize and have blah blah blah. So we're gonna make this big open world thing, and you're out. So we gotta get this other company to do it. And so they start making this whole big MMO open world thing to get
I think they only got it a year and a half.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long. They didn't have it long. And now they're saying no, we need a smaller thing. They're just going right back to what they already had.
I think they're spending a shit ton on Anthem, and I think that they need to cut their losses with certain games to move into the funding for that game.
We've already gone this far with it. It's
I know, and I guess what people saw from that they liked. It just was I don't know, but. I know the studio has now been moved on to working on. What are they working on now?
A smaller Star Wars project.
Smaller Star Wars game. And then they said after they finish that, maybe they can go back and finish this big one. So I don't know. Yeah. If I'm Disney, are they getting a phone call soon?
Oh, they had. I
promise.
They fucked up with the loot crate shit.
Yeah.
Well, look at what Spider-Man did, right? And I think they have to look at that game and be like, shit, we can make really good games and sell a shit ton of them. If you have the right people doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get the dollars up front. No,
EA's had the franchise the rights for 6 years now.
I thought it was 5, but maybe it's 6.
All right, well, just they're at least halfway.
They're at least halfway through. Yes,
right? And they've released
two games.
Oh, is it 2? Oh, Star Wars Battlefronts.
and technically, you're right. The second one is just built up of the first one.
Yeah.
That nobody talks about. At least I don't see shit anybody talk about besides, no offense, Mike.
Mike has mentioned it. Not in a long time though.
I've seen nobody else talk about it.
They're updating it now, like with new characters, but
Dooku's coming
so late. I thought this stuff was gonna happen way earlier in it. Now, like I haven't played it in so long, and they have, Grievous, Dooku, young.
They've released Battlefield already, like right? 5 came out, so it's
They move on to that, but like the thing is this is old practice still that we all have to agree here. We hope Microsoft has moved on from, because this is the same practice we've seen where they buy up studios and they close them down. Now EA has done this forever.
Well, that's what I've been saying. Like that's
I know.
what EA does. Like
this is what they do. And
right. I guarantee you BioWare is next. I guarantee you. I just do not have faith in Anthem. I don't. I don't.
I read Casey Hudson's email. Was it the note? He sent out a letter today to everybody to read about the game and how he's proud of it. And it's going to be launching soon, and to expect a nice single player story that you can experience, but it will be growing. So the only thing I thought about was like, is this kind of like the Bethesda letter? Is this what we're getting right now?
It's pre-damage control.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's kind of what I took it as, and I'm like, I'm hoping not.
It's like Casey. I'm sorry. Like, how many times are you going to try to plead with fans to like just trust him and his team? Like,
all we know, look, I can guarantee you that they will not narrow you down to just 3 choices.
It won't even be that. It'll be like I have less faith in Anthem being a game than I did going into like Mass Effect 3. I expected Mass Effect 3 to be great. I'm expecting
The thing is, like Anthem's like you said, Anthem has a lower expectation thing, so it could actually be good.
No, I'm planning on getting it.
Well, Corey, anything that has loot bot, like any kind of loot system.
But I mean, the thing is, like, if I can get like a good week out of it, and it's solid.
I'm
a week.
I'm planning on taking a look at it myself. So
I mean, if you're talking about a single player game, like a week's worth of time into it.
I'll be looking at it myself too. So just to see, I might play the demo. I have it pre-ordered, so I just want to play the demo of it. But I know
this for me is a definite wait for like reviews and impressions game.
If we
I don't understand how you guys could go through the whole Destiny debacle twice. By the way, twice.
I mean, because they were both.
This is a totally different game. I'm not looking at it as a Destiny game. I'm looking at it as a single player game. I know what they want to go with it, but I don't see where that's. I don't see it.
Technically, you play Destiny single player, right?
That's how I played it.
That's how I played it.
Year,
most of I played it too. Except I do that, and I do the PvP, which.
I mean, as far as storytelling goes, I think BioWare has a much better track record story-wise, personally, than Bungie.
I think they have a good story-wise thing, but I'm worried about the functionality of their game.
The problem is you can't tell good stories. I haven't seen a good story told yet in an online shared game. I don't know why,
but I just feel like this launch is going to be a cluster mess, and it's something we haven't seen. And let me finish the statement of. I know Tony's eyes are like, but I'm talking about like server-related stuff. I just not see things. I don't see things running properly. Like I just don't see.
Look. I'm just saying, I expect Anthem to be a complete and utter disaster. Yeah. If it's not, I will be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Based off of what they've done recently, it's hard to argue with that.
It's not coming out in 2 months, right? 2 months.
Yeah, it's less than 2 months. Less than 2 months. It's a month away.
Like, I don't know about you guys. I don't see this hype train at all. Like,
I mean, there was a big reveal in most stuff like a week or 2 ago, but
the demo, the actual
cared.
The beta right now.
The beta launches the 25th. 3 days. 3 days from now.
We'll have to see.
Problem is also
what the problem is.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
When that beta comes out, you're going to have all these like streamers looking for like glitches to exploit and post about.
Sure.
Because that's what they expect now.
I think back to Destiny's Loot Cave. Remember the Loot Cave?
Yeah.
That was fun. There's some fun things like that. No, but back to the original story about Star Wars being canceled now, the large scale thing. That's what we started about. I'm reining us back in on this. So I think that EA is trying to cash in on what seems to be the way that, look at what Activision and Bungie just did with, and we'll get into that soon too.
Well, yeah,
EA has no originality.
That's very reactive.
Yeah. Right, they are reactive to them.
That's really what it is. That's what it is.
Like, what was the last EA game that was like forward thinking, completely like out of the norm, like just, and I'm not talking about like the small stuff because like the what they did A Way Out and stuff. I'm talking about like big AAA, like hundreds of millions of dollars in production and hundreds of millions of dollars in terms of advertising. What was the last original game that they're like, fuck yeah, we believe in this vision so badly?
I don't know.
Probably James Bond, Everything or Nothing, the third person, last Pierce Brosnan James Bond.
They sent Titanfall to die. Titanfall should have been great, but they sent it to die. What else did they do?
Titanfall was great. And Titanfall 2 was even better.
I'm talking about them being, yeah, but it didn't do well financially. They sent it to die. Didn't they like not believe in
their product? Between Battlefield and Call of Duty.
No, I know.
Like, you can't do that. Like, maybe like the people that don't buy either of those games will buy this one. We'll count on those people because that'll be a large audience.
Oh my god.
Fuck EA.
Yeah. I mean, they're the new Capcom. So I don't know what else we have.
EA is the new Capcom. The new Capcom is the old like I don't know. Old Capcom. I don't know.
I don't know where Capcom is at this point in time.
No, Capcom is great. Actually.
They had the Mega Man 11, and people love it.
No, Capcom is on a winning streak.
Yeah.
Right.
Devil May Cry is coming out soon.
Yeah,
yes.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
And they have a Netflix series.
You're right. Monster Hunter World. Right.
Yeah.
Best selling.
Mega Man 11 into Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2. That's right.
On Friday.
Like that is a hot streak. We're on a hot streak. I gave Capcom shit over the years, but like they're on a hot streak right now.
Yeah. And we've all forgotten about Konami.
No, so is that. So have they.
So themselves.
That's
all right. Other news we mentioned real quick we mentioned just a little bit ago about Activision and Bungie. They split. That's the other big news.
Oh yeah, that was the big news.
So yeah, what do you guys think? Where's Bungie? What does Bungie do next, and what does Activision do next? Are they going to have another
fingers and pray? Like, like look, EA. Hold on. So again, for those of you who may not know, but Jason Schreier's book, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, he goes into elaborate detail about everything leading up to Destiny 1 and how Bungie was so sick and fucking tired of making Halo game after Halo game after Halo game. And the whole thing was like, yeah, we're good at it. You know, obviously, like we have the talent for it, but like we're putting all this work into this IP that we don't own and other people, you know, that we don't even know are making decisions, but also profiting the most off of like, you know, that thing. So like we want the freedom. Bungie leadership talked to Microsoft leadership and they worked it out. They're like, hey, you know what? After you make 2 more Halo games, by these dates, you guys are free to go. And you know, they quoted Bungie employees like clapped in like an auditorium, like Razor, like clapped because everybody was so happy. And I think it was one of the execs. I don't think it was Phil Spencer at the time, but one of them was like, "Wow, guys, like we didn't think we treated you that bad, but you know, best of luck to you." All right, and then they got into bed with Activision. Again, another 10-year contract for. Fucking, you know,
that's what we said at the time. Like, why did you just go
leave one? Yeah,
right. Jump out of the frying pan and into the fire. But at least this time they own the Destiny IP. No matter what, they own the IP.
They took the IP with them. Yes,
right.
So they'll be working on Destiny 3, I would assume, or do they work on their own like fantasy game that they wanted to do back when they first split out?
No, they absolutely have to do that mobile game. They're 100% doing the mobile game because they got a huge influx of cash. I think it was $150 million. Yeah.
Wow.
With was it Next Gen or Nexus? Yeah, one of a Chinese
company that's doing the Diablo mobile game.
So they absolutely have to do some type of mobile game. Like,
okay,
I can't imagine like they were like, yeah, here's $100 million and you can make a game in like 10 years or whatever like that.
So we're getting a mobile game from them.
We're absolutely getting a mobile game from them. And
Destiny mobile.
Right. And then that money is going to fund.
I don't think it's Destiny. I think they're going to do different IPs.
But they have that IP. Why not do it?
I don't think it's going to be that.
Because I think they want. That's the whole reason they're splitting off too. I think they want to make other games too.
Right.
No, I understand that, but it's a mobile game, and they own the IP of this. Why not just use it already and you're ready to go?
Now, here's the thing. Apparently, the rumor was that within the contract, because again, this was a big 10-year contract, and it was broken early. That means renegotiations had to happen.
Well, they didn't break it.
Right. Well, no, they didn't break it, but they had already redone this once because of the delays. Like, like, all right, well, you want to delay these games? That's fine, but we have to renegotiate this contract. Now, apparently, the rumor is that if they wanted to break that contract early, Activision had the right to exercise to purchase the IP from them, and they passed on that.
That's the other point. Yes.
Activision themselves didn't see that the Destiny franchise was worth buying anymore.
Yeah. That's my point.
Right. In my opinion, making a Destiny cell phone, like mobile game, right? Even like factoring all that Diablo Immortal, whatever bullshit, like I just don't think it's a wise decision to make like, hey, we're gonna make a mobile game and we're gonna base it off this IP that, you know.
My point of making the statement of that was more because they have the property. You can make it quick on a mobile game. You can just, you know what I mean? Like you can whip something out for them, and you can call it.
But a mobile game is a totally different beast. That doesn't mean you own a IP.
No, but you have a world that you've already created in stories. You don't have to create something new for the mobile.
I think that mobile game thing, that purchase was not for this, and like what that whole agreement was for something completely new.
All right.
I mean, that's what they said in their statements when they first joined forces. And
so
everyone was like, "Oh no, Bungie mobile, like a Destiny mobile game or something." But
and they flat out said, "Like, no, it's not gonna be that."
Yeah.
But I mean, more on the point. I'm sorry, Kurt. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think that as far as short term, it definitely hurts Bungie and Destiny's because of the loss of all the resources that Activision was providing.
Dude, that's the thing. So,
but they did say they are going to, other studios that Bungie was working with are still going to help them with finishing what stuff they were doing. So, like, I'm assuming they're going to finish whatever they were working on. I wouldn't assume they were just going to cut it off because.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, again, so for those of you that don't know, Activision helped out Bungie so fucking much because they got like what?
First they gave them $500 million. They spent $500 million on this project initially.
Right.
It's like in the beginning.
Right. And then they had all these other studios help them because they were in such deep shit with their production cycle. Not only for Destiny 1, but again, Destiny 2. Like, so there's 2 times in a row that Bungie has completely fucked up like the launch of their new IP. And I get it, like Activision completely blameless. I think the scope of the project didn't fit a traditional retail $60 disc model. I don't think it was the correct model for that. But at the same time, like they needed external help to get those things shipped and launched. I just don't see how they do it by themselves. I really don't.
Well, I don't think they're going to be doing it by themselves.
Who would they get?
I think they buy or license out or whatever they do other studios because there's no way. And I really think what's happening here is they want to be Bethesda. I think Bungie wants to be Bethesda.
100%. They want to be Bethesda.
So I think they wanted to break away and they want to start going into the publishing side of things.
Oh yeah, 100%. But again, you have Destiny and that's it so far.
I mean, they also have like freaking ridiculous amount of employees, so I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, they have over 1,000 employees, right?
There was 700 people working on Destiny alone. So, and plus all the other studios that are working on Destiny as well.
I don't see how they don't downsize either though. Like, I don't see how even that $100 million, whatever. Like, I just don't see how they can employ that many people.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think that this is.
But in long term, I think it's good for Bungie. Long term,
I don't think it is good for them. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not saying they would be able to do what they want. They weren't able to do what they wanted to do with Activision, without a doubt. However, I'm saying that I don't think that they are as good as when they left Microsoft. They were cheering. I think they learned a lot about themselves.
Yeah, and when they left Activision, they were cheering again. It's like you guys don't see the pattern here. Like maybe it's not them.
It's not them. It's you.
Right? Yeah. Right, hold on. So just what I'll say. If through some miracle Bungie can release that mobile game and it's a smash hit either in China or worldwide, and they make tons of money, can fund Destiny 3 or whatever like that. If they can make it, I would say 5 years out, that long term, it's good. They're fine. But it's now in the 5-year mark. That is the danger territory. Like if they can't make it 5 years out, obviously they're done. But
where do you? I have a feeling you think they're going to be done before then. But do you think they make it 5 years?
No,
I think they get purchased.
Right. That's the thing. Is I think my personal speculation here is that as they they release this mobile game, and I'm sure it'll do okay. We'll see if they can figure out the Chinese market with no experience. I doubt it.
I mean, they're not. Nexus is the one with the experience there.
No, right. I know, but I still you have all 700 people that are used to like console and PC game development, and you're like, hey, make some mobile games, guys. It's like
so here's where I think they're going to be fine. All right.
Okay. That's right.
They want to be a publisher. They want to be Bethesda, right? They got Activision to give them $500 million to make their games, and they fucked it up completely, and Activision walk away. Then they still got $100 million from Nexus to make a game we don't know what it's going to be. There are people there that know how to get money from other people. then not even do a good job with it, right?
Well,
you're right.
So
But how
they don't
many
necessarily need to make these games now. They just need to be good pitch people or whatever, and get the people to come in and then publish the game. And as a publisher, they don't necessarily have to worry as much about the developer side of things.
No, you're right. But here's what I would counter argue that, at least on the Western side of things, what other like entity publisher would ever give them money again? Like Activision, obviously out the window. Right, Microsoft obviously out the window. Sony doesn't fucking care at all. They have so many worldwide studios. They couldn't give a shit.
EA.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm telling you, that's where they end up. That's where they end up, and they get closed.
I don't think they're going back to a big studio because I think they want to be the big studio. I think
they can't. But they realize they couldn't do it.
Know that. I mean, that's the thing is that's why they need this Nexus deal, and I think that's the thing is they're going to be going out doing these types of deals, and that's what they're going to be going forward.
I don't think the other game to be a smash hit. I don't know. I know you love Destiny Core, but like I just think too.
Well, I honestly think that they're not as focused on Destiny now with them wanting to be a publisher. I think they want to be the Bethesdas of the world.
It is, but I mean,
we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Microsoft news. We have they're outlining its new Netflix for Games service that they're talking about right now called Project xCloud at the moment. So basically the idea of the service would be like PlayStation Now, but fixing the latency somehow. They have some magic, the cloud.
Everybody is.
Yeah. So there's been, this ties in with the rumor we were talking about with the other projects, the Scarlet consoles that are coming out. There's multiple ones in production, and one is a streaming only console. That would make sense. They can sell you a low cost streaming box for like.
Phil Spencer was spouting at E3 last year. It was like play your games on any screen. That's their goal.
Well, I think I see this more like a Roku player, almost like $70 box with a controller. Maybe it's $100 with a controller. And then they stream right to it that way. That's what I'm seeing this as. That's what I read this as. I don't know if this is actually going to be available next generation, but they're working on it for that.
Who's this from?
Microsoft.
Everybody has developed their own streaming technology.
Yeah, oh sure. Yeah, I know that. It's just
it will be.
I think they want you playing games on your phone. I mean,
but that's the idea behind this too. Like, yeah, stream right to your phone.
Yeah. No, I think that's where they want. They don't want the restriction of a console.
No, but at home they sell you that box, that like Roku player for $100 instead of $400, and you're all set. Or they build it into TVs, like Roku's being built into TVs.
It's built in.
Well, I'm just Roku is
it's going to be an app.
So, yeah, it will be an app. I don't know. We'll see. Fighting games. I just can't see how fighting games work for this. I don't know how that.
Eventually, it'll happen.
Not in this
infrastructure.
You can't have infrastructure building when you have mafias in control of the internet.
No, I'm not arguing with that point. I'm just saying we can't do it because the infrastructure is not there yet.
So you can't build it. Everything is zoned out between different cable companies and internet providers. You have zones. They don't have to give you the best service. They can just give you that zone and say, okay,
I absolutely agree with you. I'm not arguing that point. I'm just saying that's what's stopping us right now.
Sure, and that's what the problem.
That's why they can build whatever technology they want. It's just like if you don't have a highway to run it on, it's not going to matter.
That's it. So, all right. What else do we have? Oh, NPD. We have NPD news. What we got here? Wait, I'm in the wrong channel. I went to voice accidentally. Oh, geez. Go ahead. What we got?
So let's see. Best-selling games of December 20th
there we go.
in the United States. So number one was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Obviously, it was the biggest game released in December. But it managed to break the first-party exclusive game launch for any system ever, beating out Halo Reach.
I think it was Halo.
It was a Halo game.
It
was a string of Halo games together, but more than 3.6 million copies just retail.
Yeah,
physical. You got to figure even more with digital included. So definitely paid off the development and a December launch there. Number two is Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Number three was Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 4 was Battlefield 5. Number 5 was NBA 2K19. Number 6, Mario Kart 8. Number 7, Madden NFL 19. Number 8, Super Mario Party. Number 9, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. And number 10, Marvel Spider-Man.
So it made the top 10 Spider-Man. I think that's a great game. yeah, you have your standards on here. It still made the freaking top 20. I'm sorry, I'm scanning the list. Actually, you have Red Dead in second. Was that second or third? You
Third.
said it. Oh, I have it on this. What list am I looking at here?
You might be looking at the 20 best-selling games of 2018, like overall 20, like the year of.
No, it's December top 20 games. Smash Brothers Ultimate, Red Dead Redemption 2. This is the one you posted right in our Discord. Am I looking at the wrong?
Oh,
did it get changed?
Maybe there was a correction because I think
there could have been a correction.
I think
there's a little up arrow next to that.
Yeah,
maybe that's it. Okay, all right. So that was okay. So Smash and then Call of Duty. So Red Dead fell to 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Mario Kart 8. I can't believe how well that game sold. Like this whole year, looking at the top 20 for the year. I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 is one we expected to be at the top. The rest are the standards, with the exception of Smash in the top 10. That's number 6, right? 5. Number 5.
That's digital, and in 1 month,
and that's in 1 month.
Shooting. So just to cover the top 10 overall games for 2018.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2 at number 1. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, NBA 2K19, Madden NFL 19, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Marvel Spider-Man, Far Cry 5, God of War, Monster Hunter World, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah. I would like to thank at this moment in time Assassin's Creed Odyssey for beating out a certain game that we should not mention for the top.
Hey, Jimmy helped out. See?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Now, what I think is interesting in
one purchase.
What I think was interesting about the 2018 charts is number 12, you have Mario Kart 8. Number 15, you have Super Mario Odyssey. And number 18, you have Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. All three of those games launched in 2017.
Well, I mean, the Switch had a great year with sales, and these are must-own games if you have a Switch.
Oh, no, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what you call legs. Like, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's legs. I think that, like Legend of Zelda, again, like, remember how that sold more than the console when it came out?
That these 3 Nintendo games are on par almost with a certain car driving theft game?
No, because there's a little thing. First of all, your key word here is games. There's a game here, those 3. So yeah, I think that the game shall not be mentioned being on this list is always going to be here because people just buy. I don't know why. I don't even know why you buy it. But it's impressive. Simulator. Like Legend of Zelda is a game that you buy a Switch, you buy the system, and like I mentioned a second ago,
you buy that game.
Yes, you don't even have to buy the console, and you buy that game because remember it outsold the console the first month it came out. If you remember by that stat,
it was talking about the other game. But
no, that's
you buy any console, you get that game except for Switch.
Yeah, good old Switch. So, it's impressive though to see Mario Party on this list in the top 20. Let's Go Pikachu for the year.
I mean, it's funny because the Wii U is such a disappointment. Like people just like starving for Nintendo.
Well, the thing
content.
it's not that it's how they're delivering,
and they're just giving you it from that console, and people are buying it.
You're getting remakes because nobody played them on the Wii U.
That's what I said. Like it was never a question of the quality of the games. It was just the Wii U was from day one was such a terrible market. It was a terrible proposition.
Wrong.
Yeah. It was an outlier in terms of like, wow, this is like the worst you could ever possibly do.
I would love to see the Xbox U.
Again, like you said, it's not the games; it's the way they were delivering you the content, and now you're getting the content to this handheld / home console. And like for me, it's great. Saying what I've been up to real quick is Into the Breach because I get to play that game nonstop and I'm hooked on it. And just being able to pick that up on the go, it's perfect. I guess your mobile phone is a great option for that too. But no. I'm just saying that like that's the point of the Switch. Like, and that's why they can bring out these games that we've seen before, but none of us have played them. We haven't played them because we don't have a Wii U.
You take a shit and play Mario Kart 8 at the same time.
Exactly. I am excited for the next Pokemon game, the actual Pokemon game. So that's kind of cool. Although I heard the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee was actually impressive graphically. So
it looks great.
Yeah,
I watched Tony play a little bit of PAX.
Cool. So I'm
curious about that Pokeball. I do want to mess around with that thing.
Before we move on, NPD. So
go ahead.
Let me see. There's some interesting other tidbits. So hold on, I'm just trying to scroll through because there's a bunch of noise. But basically, Nintendo Switch sold 1.77 million units in December. So it broke the record for any current gen system in the past X years for a single month. And Xbox One and PS4 didn't even sell a million each. So actually, Nintendo Switch sold more than Xbox One and PS4 combined in December, which is pretty ridiculous.
I mean, his post about the Switch being the year's best-selling hardware is, I guess, it's true now.
Yeah, yep. It officially cleared it. And the other thing that Matt revealed in a subtweet was that the highest-selling plug-and-play device of December 2018 was the NES Classic. So I was just like, holy shit! Like the PS Classic was just
it's not a system. It's a freaking horrible.
Might as well just go get whatever.
Honestly, we could have bought it for $35 at Target that one day, and I was there. I had it. I could have done it, and I didn't do it. So I was like, no. I'm like, why am I buying this stupid? I'm not rewarding Sony for giving us this. So, yeah. Let's see for news we have. So, Rocket League crossplay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Full crossplay now.
Full crossplay. Yeah. The doors have opened. Mike, what do you think?
Well, it's great. It's about time. It was after I got an Xbox One, of course.
Of course. It's because thank you, Mike, for buying an Xbox One because they were waiting for that moment.
But no, it's good. This was one that people obviously were looking for a while because it happened accidentally already.
Yes.
So
another one, yeah.
Let's hope it spreads some more. But,
I mean, I can see
makes sense for this.
Can we see? What do you think? What's the next couple games? Minecraft. Some multi-used games here.
Like,
do we get Call of Duty eventually here?
I would think so. Eventually,
I think we do. I think that might even be the next. I think Call of Duty next gen is the next launch is cross-platform.
It could, because I think
Fortnite's doing it then.
Right, because from what I recall from the last investor meeting with Activision, where their stock market plummeted because all the games, even though they sold well, like it still wasn't good enough. So even though
Bungie also hurt them too.
Right. I think they're thinking of ways that they can keep Call of Duty increasing, to the level they want it to be, and that would be a way where it's like, hey, you buy it once and you have it. You can play with all your friends no matter which system. So they just keep having to try new stuff. Like that's it. It's like, you can't just keep going like Call of Duty Infinite Warfare 3 or whatever the fuck it's going to be.
And maybe Overwatch.
I would love it. I mean, the Overwatch team says that's what they're interested in doing, but we'll see. Hopefully.
Hey, next month, baby, season 2.
Oh, I can't wait. Did
you look at the schedule?
No, I didn't.
It's out. So
don't we play? Doesn't the FIFA play you like first week or something like that?
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, whatever. It's new season. Gotta brush off what happened last year. So
the rust, yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's funny though. They did make sure that the EU teams play really early. So, but yeah, I got my scarf here. I've been wearing because it's been freaking cold out.
Yeah, it's been horrible. It's been horrible. All right, let's get into what I've been up to. Like I mentioned before, I've been playing Into the Breach like crazy still. I moved on my difficulty to medium, and I realized how shitty I am at this game. Normal. I am terrible at this game, but I'm having fun with it, and I get ahead of myself. And when it happens, that exact look I just did, that's exactly what I do, because I'm like, you idiot, it's all laid out for you. You know what's going to happen.
Now, Jim, one thing I wanted to mention, I'm not sure if you knew this. You know there's a button where you can undo a turn?
What?
What?
Because there's times where I've accidentally moved into the wrong spot.
Yep. You can only do it once per battle. I think it's you press the minus button.
Oh,
yeah.
That would be good.
As long as you haven't ended the turn. Like if you just like fucked up positioning.
No, I did. I missed. Yeah, it happened before. I'm like, I can stop this from happening. And then I moved. I'm like,
well, you can actually undo a move too.
How do you undo like a move?
I think it's ZL or something like that.
That would be amazing.
As long as being able to undo action, you can undo.
I didn't think the action just moved.
Manuals, we don't know how the game works now.
Yeah, no. Okay, so I completely undo a whole turn with.
As long as you don't end it and it moves to the computer. As long as
that's good.
You only get once per battle, but yeah.
That's okay. That would save a lot. I would save people
Yeah.
Because there's times where I'm like,
lives,
seriously,
lives will be saved.
Sometimes there's the volatile insects, and I forget they explode, and whoops, there goes half the population, and because they're just in the wrong position, and I could have fixed it had I remembered that. So I get ahead of myself, but I enjoy the game quite a bit. It's a lot of fun. So
Open
pretty much
Roof does like stealth ship, shadow drop, or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hope it happens tomorrow. I guess that's kind of news. Nintendo Indie Direct tomorrow. So
yes, yeah.
Cool.
So all right,
you did tweet out like soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. That's it for me for played. Corey, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Keyforge, actually.
Keyforge. Wow.
It's a card game that you buy physically, but physically buy the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Here's and
wow.
it's online. They have like a little, because it's all unique. Every deck is unique, so like they want to track what decks get purchased and what's out there. So they have this vault thing where you can like put in a QR code, and if you put that QR code, it puts it into the system. So some guy that's not official with the company created a website where you can actually use the cards and play the game online. So I've been playing that game like a whole ton online. I'm having so much fun with it. I've probably bought like 20 decks now.
Oh my God.
I think.
Wow.
Man,
not 20. Yeah, 20. It's like
wow,
and they're like $10 a piece. So
holy crap.
Yeah, I'm a little addicted. I've been really enjoying it. It's like a lot of fun, and it's just really neat because it's the you're really in the like the beginning, like the figuring out period of this game. Like learning what's good, what's bad, and the idea is like every deck is viable because they're all unique, but there's like a method that they make so that each deck is viable. There are decks that work better than others that against certain decks just based on the card draws and stuff like that. But again, the point of this game is every deck is viable and there's no deck building. So like if you're a big Magic player, this is Richard Garfield as well. So creator of Magic, like the game before the game essentially is the deck building. This eliminates that. So if you don't want to have to deal with that or don't feel like you're good enough to deal with that, this kind of puts everybody on a similar deck level, and it becomes a matter of card draw and strategy, card play, and everything. So I just been having a lot of fun figuring out the different decks and what works and what doesn't work. So again, it's online. Some guy made it, which Fantasy Flight and them have been like, oh, this is great, and we'll let you do your thing because we don't have any plans for a game online at this time. So I would shout out to the Crucible Online, I think it's called. Awesome. And the other game I've been playing a bunch of is Diablo on Switch.
Oh, Diablo.
No, so good. Diablo, from what I hear.
What?
Nick got back into it. But
nice.
Yeah.
Damn, does he have a Switch? Get that freaking thing on Switch, man. I need some friends.
Eventually, I'll join you, but you'll probably be way ahead of me. So I just remember.
The good thing is every season you start from scratch. I mean, that's the whole idea.
No, really? That's a good thing. I like my character, like building up all my stuff, my loots and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, like you have the character. Like basically, season 16 just started. And you can still use your other characters. But the thing with the seasons is you are getting these challenges done. You're doing different you're getting different achievements, and as you progress through the challenges, they give you rewards exclusive to that season. So like you'll get different cosmetics and stuff to show that you've beaten these rewards in the
they follow the Overwatch style of things.
Kind of, yeah. So like, as long as you accomplish certain things throughout the season, it's cool. It's like it gives you a reason to play, and that's because the game is the same game. It's been like for the past 6, 7 years. How long has this game been out? Like 7 years?
20.
It's like ridiculous.
Well, 2011, yeah, somewhere around there. So
yeah.
All right, cool.
So yeah, I actually didn't touch Destiny this week.
No. All right, Mike, what have you been up to?
Quite a lot actually. Been doing a lot of Mario still. Getting pretty far in it. It's probably my favorite Mario game since
Galaxies.
Yeah, it's right up with them. It might be a little better, I think. I didn't like Galaxies like linear nature too much. But so it's good. Lots going on. It's aggressively cute, which helps, I guess. Then playing more.
Yet?
What's that?
Did you get to the city yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Do that with the whole it's like a surprise party, like they said in the girlfriend review.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I'm playing more Smash, and I finally had the first assist trophy cameo that like surprised me that happened. I'm like, wait, is that? And it was Akira from Virtua Fighter. I was not expecting him to just show up and beat my ass a bit for a while. He showed up as an assist trophy. I'm like, what? Really?
Yeah. I love how like it looks like it's directly a rip of like Virtua Fighter like 1 or 2 or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, no, that was the one I played on the 32X. Yeah, that was that Akira. Yeah. So I was surprised there, but no, that's it's what's that?
VF2 best fighting game. VF2. Great fighting game. I love that game.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
Not the best fighting game, but I'm just like fondest memories of it. Sorry,
best
let me rephrase that.
3D fighting game.
Fondest memories. There we go.
But yeah, so I've been playing through that. Then I had a day where everyone was afraid of the snow, and it kind of didn't happen that much. But
yeah.
I didn't go to work that day, so me and my friends all played stuff online. So we played Rocket League, of course. Then we played. He made me play. Overwatch. Yes, Overwatch. I jumped back into Overwatch on the Xbox this time, so I started new.
You had to buy it again?
He's obsessive, and he gave me the code for free online as a gift, so I could play it with him. I'm like, all right, cool. So that's what happened.
Okay.
So I played that, and Zenyatta is still good, but there's so many new characters. I'm like, what is that? Why is it beating me? There's a ball. There's a ball that like hurts me when it gets near me, and I don't understand. I do not understand what this is. But you know, Zenyatta, at least what I remembered, it still gave me an advantage compared to whatever matchmaking his level was. So Zenyatta was still the win button for me, but there's a lot that's changed for sure. But some things remain the same.
Yeah.
Then I got roped in with 3 of us to play Sea of Thieves.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
So just talked about that last week.
Yeah. Well, there it is. I played it. We put in a bit of time. It's very confusing when you start. You have no idea what to do or what's going on.
There's just nothing. That's why.
Well, I mean, like, you're trying to understand how to do any of the missions, which is just to bring. They're basically all fetch quests for like 3 different factions, but we didn't even know that really at the beginning. We're like, who are you? What are we doing? And we just wandered around. Eventually, we figured out that some things had value that we could take somewhere else, and then we got killed by a kraken, and that was the highlight of the night. Because the first time that happens, it's just chaos, and we're all like, what is happening? But so it's an interesting game because there is fun to be had in it, but there's just not enough.
You definitely need a crew of people to play with.
Oh, definitely. Like, I wouldn't.
You run through the content so quickly, though. That's
yeah.
So it's interesting. We may give it one more look if the 3 of us are all on again.
There's some more expansions and stuff coming to it too, which may or may not help. But
we'll see. It's like one of those things where like I do at least want experience, but like it just seems like the longer I wait, like the better the game will be, you know?
Yeah,
that's
it.
Yeah,
that's it.
And there's no rush to play it unless you can coordinate something with a bunch of other people because it's almost pointless by yourself.
Yeah.
So that was it. I had a large group of things to play this weekend.
Cool. All right, Tony.
Let's see. Just more Smash Brothers and League of Legends. Smash Brother, I think I mentioned it. I'm trying to get into like Elite Smash, which is I don't know.
Dude, that's
top 5%.
That soundtrack, man. I was having a shit day at work on Friday, and that was just I was posting in Discord. I was listening to that soundtrack at that point in time, like it's just going. I'm like, this is the only thing keeping me going through this day. It was a bad day at work, but that soundtrack, the nostalgia of all the music, I'm just like, thank God, there's this. And I turn the screen. I love this. Turn the screen off and just it gives you the next buttons over there. I'm like, okay, this is awesome. But go on.
So my main character, I'm trying to do it with my main character Ike right now, and I got up to like global smash out of like a little over 3 million or something like that. And like 2 weeks ago, that would have been fine to break into like Elite Smash, but apparently now it's been raised because a lot of people like got new switches for the system. So I was like at 3.1, something like that, and then I just had this like losing streak, or just like I would like mess up at like a critical moment and I would lose, and I dropped all the way down to like 1.8 million. So I was just so pissed off for like 2 days where I'm like, I don't want to touch this fucking game right now because like I just hate the way they do it because it's like literally just like plus or minus after like a win or a loss. And it's just like, really? Like it seems like there's probably a better way to do like a ranking system. But today I climbed my way back up to like 2.7 or something like that. So I'm like, still there. It's just aggravating. But League of Legends, the new season's coming out. So I'm really excited. I'm just trying out.
I saw a trailer posted everywhere.
Oh, yeah. No, Riot Games is just nailing it out of the park with their CGI trailers and just like getting you excited to play the game and everything like that. I honestly feel like
this makes me want like more lore stuff for this game.
I know,
the lore is exactly. It's like Overwatch. Like give me more lore.
I was about to make that reference. We're just like, I just want more of these characters. I would love if they made like an RPG like of either of those games, like Overwatch or League of Legends, just RPG, like whatever. I would fucking love that. Like give me more. Like you created all this content, all these characters, just like give me more. So I just playing that. And then real quick, I just want to mention, because I didn't get to say it in the movie cast, but I want to see Dragon Ball Super.
Yes, we talked about it. We were like, oh, Tony probably saw this. We didn't get to talk about it, but go on.
Yeah, but no, that was really fun. It was really cool to see it again in theaters. I think I saw like the return of Frieza in theaters. This show was packed. It was like
it was number four for the weekend.
I know, it was incredible. I think actually Funimation could have done even better if they a wider release.
I think it's going to open their eyes a little bit to what they can do with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But it was really, really fun. Probably in terms of animation wise, like this is the best Dragon Ball.
That's what I heard. I can't see it. Yeah.
Like everything is so crisp and colorful. Like I know I had mentioned before, like the series of Super like started out so shitty. Like in terms of like, this is what you're passing off as like a top tier anime. Like, are you kidding me right now? And by the end, it like had improved drastically. But like the movie just like kicked out to another well where it's like, damn, like this is some good shit. For those you don't know, like it takes the Broly character who was previously only in the movies and makes him canon now, because this movie is actually going to be canon with the next Dragon Ball series that's coming out, I think next year or something like that. And just introduces him and kind of like almost like some of the other stuff that I can't think of, where it's like they kind of use what you know and like kind of twist it a little bit, where it's like, oh, okay, I see where you're going with this. Like that's cool. So I definitely recommend watching it once it gets out on Blu-ray or whatever.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. All right. I think that's going to wrap up the the Gamecast. Sorry. Yep. Write us podcast at likegeek.net.
It's my fault for bringing
Yes. Write us podcast at likegeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, LikeGeek. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. Thanks for listening. Thanks for viewing. Again, check out the best of the year podcasts on the movies and the games. And tune in. We'll be getting some topics back to you guys next week starting. Thanks.